Hi everybody. I thought it might be fun to do some of our reading group work outside. Hopefully you'll be able to hear me. And I also thought it might be fun to start with our word work and then go on to our story. So let's start today by reminding ourselves what the vowels are. So say them out loud. A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Today that's what we're going to be talking about, the sometimes Y. And specifically when Y is at the end of a word. So sometimes Y makes the sound like a long I, as in the word my, when it's at the end of the word. My. Sounds like it could be an I, but it's actually the Y making that sound. And sometimes when it's at the end of the word, it makes the long E sound, like in the word berry. Very. Sounds like a long E, but it's spelled with a Y. So I'm going to go ahead and read you a story, and then we're going to come back because I want you to be listening for words that end with long I sound, so I, or long E, while I read the story, and we'll see if they have the Y spelling and if we can add them to our chart. So today's story is The Class Trip with the Berenstain Bears as our characters. So I bet you can make a text-to-self connection because you've been on a class trip before. Let's see where they're going on their class trip. Remember, be listening for words that end with E or I, and we'll see if they have the Y spelling to add to our chart at the very end. Brother Bear's class is going on a trip. The class is going to a honey farm. Mama and Papa Bear are teachers' helpers on the trip. Has that ever happened for you where your parent has gone on a class trip with you, on a field trip? Says Papa Bear, licking his lips. I hope they give out free samples. I'm sure they do, said Mama Bear. Sister Bear is going too. There's an extra seat on the bus next to Teacher Bob. Honey Bear will stay at home with Gramps and Gran. The bus is on its way. Let's all sing, said Cousin Fred. 99 jars of honey on the wall, sings the class. Papa Bear joins in. Are we almost there? Asked Sister. Almost, answered Papa. They see a sign. Bear Country Honey Farm. Next exit. Hooray, yells the class. What do you think they're going to do at the honey farm? What animals make honey? Bees. Do you think they're going to see bees and maybe see the process to make honey? Let's find out. Brother Bear sniffs the air. Smell that, he says? Honey. They take a deep breath. They sigh. I can almost taste that honey now, says Papa Bear, licking his lips again. Look, we're here, says Sister. They all get off the bus. Teacher Bob leads the way. They see a huge field of beehives. The sound of buzzing bees fills the air. Over there's the clover field, said Teacher Bob. Thousands of bees gather nectar there. They bring it back to the hives and make it into honey. How do they do that? Asked Brother. Look, says Teacher Bob. He points to a hive. You can see for yourself. One of the hives has a glassed side. The cubs can see the bees making honey. By the way, is this story fiction or non-fiction? It's fiction, isn't it? It's fake. It's actually it's fantasy because the animals are talking, but there are some realistic things about it too. Could you go to a farm and see how honey is made on a field trip? Yes. Could there be a hive that has a glass side so you could see the process? Yes. So there are some realistic parts of the story, but it is definitely fiction. See that big bee? Says Papa. That is the queen. Correct, said Teacher Bob. All the others are her children. Wow, said Sister. She has more children than the old bear in the shoe. How do you get the honey out of the hive? Asked Brother. I'll show you, said Papa. He lifts the lid of the hive. No, no, said Teacher Bob. A huge cloud of bees flies out. Follow me, shouts Teacher Bob. All the bears run into the honey barn. Teacher Bob slams the door shut just in time. Now you will see the correct way to get the honey out, he says. Oops. Papa wasn't following directions, was he? The cubs look out the window. Beekeepers are gathering honey. They wear special suits and hats to keep them from getting stung. First, the beekeepers blow smoke into the hives to make the bees sleepy. Then they lift out the honeycomb. I didn't know that. I'm learning new facts. I didn't know that they put smoke in there. But I am having a text-to-self connection because my grandfather, when I was very little, used to have hives, and he used to raise honeybees. But I don't remember much about it except for the fact that he did wear that protective suit because I was very young. They bring the honeycomb into the barn. They put them on a big wheel. Then they turn the crank. Golden honey pours into a big vat. Papa cannot wait to taste the honey. He leans over too far and gets honey all over himself. Oh goodness. While Papa Bear is getting cleaned up, you may all have some honey samples, said Teacher Bob. Yay! Cried the cubs. Sorry, I live near a busy street, so we're hearing a lot of cars right now. Hope you can hear my voice. The class is back on the bus heading home. Mama Bear says, I saved a honey sample for you, Papa dear. How do you think that makes him feel? He didn't end up missing out on the honey sample. I bet that makes him very happy. Oh. No thank you, said Papa. I have already had my sample. So I guess when he fell in that honey vat, he did some tasting of his own. Okay, did you hear any words that ended with I or E? Let's take a look back through our story. So the first one that I come across is honey, and it does have a Y at the end, and it does make the E sound, but it also has the EY spelling. So it's not just the Y, it's an EY at the end of that word making the E sound. So I think we'll leave it off for now. And we'll keep looking. Found one. Found the word sleepy. You see the word sleepy? Sounds like a long E at the end. I see a Y spelling, so I'm going to add that to our chart on the side that says very. So sleepy. Let's see, and I did see another one, I think. Yes. Here's the word cry. Cry. Do you hear the I sound at the end? I sound with the Y spelling. So we'll put it on this side underneath my. Can you come up with any other words that have the long I sound at the end but are spelled with a Y? My, cry. What do you see up there? Can you see anything blue? How about sky? And what do bees do? They fly. So all of these words have the long I sound with the Y spelling. Let's look over on our other side. The reason I'm doing our lesson outside today is because the weather is so nice. It is very sunny. Sunny has the long E sound at the end with the Y spelling. Sunny. Last night when I went to bed, I was feeling so not tired, but sleepy. Oops, we already have that one. Sleepy's right there. How about Some of the things that Papa Bear did in the story were very funny, or we could even say silly. Both of those words end with a Y, but have the long E sound. Okay, so if you can think of any other words that end with the long I sound or the long E sound with the Y spelling, you can add those to your list, and we'll read again later. Have a good day.